Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Factorio, sending supporters to space. And as you can see, I am crafting a ton of refineries and chemical plants. And yeah, so why we're doing this is because I decided we're going to just rebuild oil. Last time, I know it was just last episode that I added more plastic production and such, but really, this isn't going to do what we need. And I was thinking, well, I should expand this to the proper ratio because this isn't actually the proper ratio for advanced oil processing and cracking. I was like, well, I should do the 871, which is the new 571 kind of, except it's not actually a perfect ratio. It's close enough. But then I thought to myself, well, we're supposed to be building pretty big in this series. Let's just go for it. Let's build the actual perfect ratio, which is 25 refineries to 21 light to petroleum crackers to 3 heavy to light. So that's a lot of stuff. And that's why I pre-crafted a lot of this. And I've also done some calculations that this, I'm just checking because I did these calculations based on memory because I wasn't actually playing the game at the time. Factorio is life. Got to think about it all the time. Anyway, so I calculated out that 25 refineries, unbeaconed of course, that's what these ratios are for, and I apparently I need more inventory. That's what I need. I need an inventory upgrade. Anyway, 25 refineries all running, they each take 100 crude oil. They take 5 seconds, so they consume 2,500, right? 100 times 25. 2,500 crude oil every 5 seconds. And that can be broken down to, well, there's 2 ways to break it down. You could either divide 2,500 by 5, which is a number that should be extremely easy for me to figure out. 500. It is really late at night for me. 500. So essentially 500 a second is how much these consume. Right? Yeah, 500 a second. So if we take that and we multiply that amount by 60 to get a per minute rate, then that's about 30,000 a minute, right? So 25 of these refineries working will consume 30,000 a minute. And this rail tanker, because this is what I was trying to figure out, I was like, can we even transport this much? This rail tanker can hold 75,000, which ironically happens to be 2.5 times, right? 75 is 2.5 times 30. So essentially that a full rail tanker here can hold 2.5 minutes worth of crude oil for oil processing with what we're about to build here. So I was trying to calculate that out. I think it's doable as long as our oil outpost can actually produce at that rate, which is questionable. I'd have to go check it out, but we could add these in and then I'm sure it would. And we do need to go up there soon to defend it anyway. Probably do that on my next stream. But yeah, so first things first is we need to tear all this down, but also I need to add 3 tanks because a full, rail tanker, this doesn't do me much good if I don't even have the storage to hold everything it's bringing. And 3 storage tanks would also just make this better. Now, unfortunately, I would have liked to have moved them closer to get rid of this pipe because this reduces throughput. So what I'm going to do, well, that's not really what I wanted to do, but because now I'm actually creating a loop. Or am I? So if you go in here, this is something good we can touch on. You go in here, you can separate these out. If I do that, it makes this front one separate from all these others, which is really, really nice. Now, currently, I just made a loop. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to cut off all these pipes. And I'm going to, or do I want to just pump it all back into here? I actually probably want to pump it all back into here because I need to move all this. Oh, that never gets old to watch. So we're going to fill him back up. Now, he's not going to leave because he's set at this station to, only leave when empty. So that's going to do its thing. That's going to shut this down anyway, which is fine. Because it'd be best not to waste this. Now, we're actually full up on petroleum, but that won't last very long because we're about to have no oil, and this will drain real quick with this plastic. So, while we're waiting for that, see, this is why tanks... There's this little bit left in here that is just not going anywhere. Now, part of it could be because of the pipes I have here. That probably doesn't help. So what we're going to do is going to get rid of this. We're going to rewire some of this stuff here. Hope I don't disconnect anything. The real question will be, can we fit 25? And we can, because I got rid of this connecting line we had. It's gonna be a big build. I'd like to get it done this episode, because otherwise I'm gonna lose my train of thought probably, which I may not have much to begin with right now. Oh dear. So someone said, people sent pictures when I built the oil outpost on how to do these tanks, and I now forget. And I didn't think to pull them up until just a second, because, you know, I plan ahead. So let me go ahead and try a few ways we could do this here. Well, that'd work if this were actually rotated properly, which it's now not, but... Should I just do them in line? No, that really wouldn't make sense. I don't really understand. I don't, because I want like no pipes is what I want. I think what I need to do is just use 2 pumps. I think if I got rid of the pipes, using 2 pumps would actually be quicker than using 3. This is really not ideal because I'd really like these to actually connect. There should be a way for these to all connect. I'm derping out here. Sorry guys, I know this is probably really painful to watch. Oh, they're like barely, because then I would connect. Ew, I see. Well, that's awkward. Maybe just, I really need 3 tanks. Screw you. We're doing it this way. There's probably a better way. I'll have to look at the pictures afterwards. This is just absolutely awful, but hey, whatever. These are 3 tanks. He's empty. Holy shit. Did you see how fast that emptied? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for the language, but geez. That was like instantaneous. Whew. Okay, well, he's gonna drain. I should probably like not do it that way. I'm gonna change my mind again. So, yeah, I'll just use a straight pipe. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and these are now back on, which is really not what I wanted. Okay, those we can leave as they are. This we could maybe leave as it is. Once this guy runs out of crude, which should be about now. I actually have a deconstruction plan on robots. Why don't we get smart here and use that? Hey, deconstruct 100 objects with the construction robots. Sweet. Make sure the petroleum is out so that we're not wasting, and here we go. So tear all that up. The water, I kind of like how this was run, but in fact, we'll literally just... Wow, thank you, game. We'll just get rid of everything. Now this is unfortunate, although... Yeah. Yep. That's really not quite what I wanted. I don't want this wood. I don't want 2 stone. I can get rid of the speed modules. See, the robots are actually taking stuff now, which is nice. I'm gonna mark. Yeah, I guess I'll just take it. Whatever. Just fill my inventory full of crap. That's fine. Okay, get rid of all that because we're gonna be moving this. This whole thing is pretty much gonna have to move, essentially. Could set the refineries back, I suppose. You gotta be kidding me, man. I don't want all this damn coal. And I actually don't need all these pipes. Or these spare refineries, or this ammo, or this ammo. I'd actually like to carry that ammo. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now because I don't feel like getting an inventory full of crap again. Okay, so we need to lay out 25 refineries now, which is going to be a little bit crazy. I'm going to pull these back a bit, just so it is a little easier and we have more room, because there was no reason for me to have them that close anyways. And I've inadvertently just destroyed our power connection. There we go. Alright. So now, keeping track of this oil train is taking a while, and it's a bit concerning because... like I said, we only have 2.5 minutes leeway, essentially. 3, that's 4, 5, and I'm actually going to be smart about this, believe it or not, and I'm going to blueprint it. Because now... That's 10. You've got to be kidding me. If I don't lay these out like this, it makes the pipe routing extremely difficult. Speaking of pipes, doing it in a long row like this is probably not a good idea, because what we're going to encounter, I would imagine, is pipe throughput limits. Now, these are not modular or anything, so we may not, but when you get over long distances like this, your pipe throughput diminishes quite significantly. And this is already becoming just absurd, but oh well. We'll see what happens. I don't know how many this actually is. I think this is like 4 sets? Should be 20. 20. Jeez. Well then. It's really annoying that you can't delete you can't delete an empty blueprint like I just did. It has to actually have something in it. I feel like you should be able to delete empty blueprints, because otherwise you just get an inventory full of them. And yes, I know this is really dumb. If we do hit pipe throughput limits, we're just going to have to switch it, essentially, so that they're kind of like in 2 rows facing each other, I suppose. It makes it a little harder to pipe in terms of just laying it out. I don't know. I don't have the pipe throughput thing memorized yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out, it's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use blueprints. I mean, we have bots, and that was not the right button. We have bots, and there's no reason why I should not use blueprints. So then... Okay. Just, sometimes it's kind of weird, like, measuring out how you actually need it to be stampable. That did work, though. Yeah, that's definitely faster than me. Whew, jeez. You doing it. That oil train took a while. It's a bit concerning. Pretty sure that was more than 2.5 minutes. Oh, great. Did I just mess up? Hope not. At least we're putting it in the right input. That's a good sign, right? Something is amiss here, I fear. Seem to be short. Is this really... See, I think I did, and I know we're being attacked. 25. Oh. Gotta be kidding me. Leave my mine alone. Guys, if you guys watch the stream files I put up, these bugs are really starting to push my buttons here. I swear, luckily all they've killed is turrets. This is really interrupting my process. Alright, bugs, if you're still there when I get there, you're gonna be in for a very rude awakening. No, oh god, that train. that was probably the biggest startle I've had since playing multiplayer with the guys. Oh my goodness, I thought that train was on my line, and whew. I'll take him off the line. So, oh, yeah, yeah. Probably we're out of ammo, actually. Well, that's easy to fix. We'll just stick 100 ammo in here. And that should hold them for a little bit, right? Maybe? I was going to put a train on this line. That would have been completely suicidal. So we may not actually get this done this episode because we've been sidetracked. But yeah, so 25, 21, 3 is the new perfect ratio, and it is actually perfect in terms of no leftovers, no overproduction anywhere. However, what I am going to do is, since we do need lube for the engines, I may forego one of the heavy to light crackers and have it be just direct into lube. That may mess things up though, because then the light crackers won't work fully. So I may just end up doing a separate build for the lube, which is fine. Just probably like one refinery potentially. Or I could even mess with the coal liquefaction, which, now that we actually have coal, would maybe be a good idea, because you do get quite a lot of heavy from that. Okay, so now we just need to power this, which again probably should have done. Okay, see, so this is why I don't drag this, because this thing is still not very smart. Because it dragged it so they would all connect. Oh no, that works. Swear to God. These bugs. I'm out. See, good thing I refilled those. I was gonna wait until I was gonna wait for the first attack to subside and then hope I didn't get hit again. That would have been a really poor decision. Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is gonna do that. Should actually work, because what we're going to do now is we're going to connect this up, and then we're just going to blueprint all these pipes, and they should overlap in a manner where, hold up, so if I take that and he goes there, this is going to need to connect like that, I believe, because these should overlap in a way to where we can still just blueprint this down. So like, if I grab that and then we stamp this here. Yep. So those blue ones overlap. I just hold shift and it will place the new ones, and obviously the others overlap and they're already placed. So then it just kind of, you know, it says, okay, well, these are already done. So just do the ones that actually can be placed. And it works quite well, as long as I actually do it correctly. Okay, so get rid of this, and we will now hook him up. So, okay, so oil's done. Well, the crude rather, and the water. Now for the outputs. This is where it gets interesting, and we're gonna potentially hit pipe throughput limits. At least, well, if we were gonna hit them, we're gonna hit them on the inputs, because I mean, you know, we need 100 crude oil. I'm not sure we can push 100 through this length of a pipe. We may have to throw some pumps in or something. So yeah, again, I'm just gonna get 5 of these just because, you know, I think that's kind of a good number to do this with. So that's 4. I'm gonna blueprint it and we'll be good to go. I am actually, if you guys have watched much of my other stuff, you'll know that I typically don't use blueprints much, like for this type of stuff, and it's not because I don't like to, it's because I literally just don't think about it. So I'm kind of happy with myself, I guess, that I'm actually utilizing them now, and I'm sure you guys are happy because I know it annoyed quite a few people. And it is quicker. I mean, there's really no reason why I shouldn't be doing it. I just never really thought of it because I'm in, you know, I don't know. So it does, it feels good to be able to use these. It certainly speeds up the process, that's for sure. And we may be out of pipe. Yeah, I'm just going to make some by hand here. I have tons of iron, so that should not be an issue. And, you know, if I were smart, see, I'm apparently still getting the hang of this. If I were smart, I would have actually placed the undergrounds to connect them within the blueprint. But again, we can just do this type of deal just do these, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can just place it over top. Swear these bugs are gonna have a very what would be the word? Horrible death. Absolutely terrible death is what they're gonna experience. Okay, so take that. Now, looking at this, I think it's actually blueprinted correctly. Because if I do this, now it looks a little weird because the pipes in the blueprint don't, they're facing like the wrong way, but it should work. Yeah. So don't let that deceive you, like when you go to do blueprints like this. If the pipes, if something looks wrong like that, it's not necessarily wrong. Because you see there on the petroleum, the pipe is facing like a different way, and it kind of throws you off if you don't know that it's still going to work. So just a quick note there that, sometimes looks can be deceiving. So, gonna do this. I still need quite a few of these apparently. And we're out. Great. Well, that's fine. Instead of making a bajillion of these by hand for 20 minutes, I'm going to go grab some more. You're gonna get left behind, robot. 32. Yeah, I'm definitely not making 32 of those by hand. And then this thing was actually disconnected. It's probably not the best ever. Okay, so... What? Oh, this was our plastic belt. I was like, oh great, what else did I cut off? Okay, so they're emptying my inventory, which is good. I'm gonna hop on the belt here for a little more speed. I actually really like the look of this bus. These four lanes split offs I thought looked kind of messy at first, but I'm really kind of liking them now. Okay, let's just grab all the pipe again. I need it. And this episode is probably almost over, so like I said, we're not gonna finish this, but I would at least like to turn on the refineries and see if we are hitting pipe throughput limits, because if we are, then there's no point in going any further with the build, right, until I rebuild the refineries in a better way. Now, once we module things, we're not going to be using this build because that completely changes the ratios, and then you would definitely be hitting pipe throughput limit. But depending how close it is, you can use some pumps. In fact, the workshop that Zuri and I did that went out last night on the nuclear builds, if you watch that, if you haven't, check it out because there's some really good builds in there. But anyway, if you watch that, one of the builds actually used pumps for that reason, to kind of push water through more than it would normally be able to go, I guess. So I can maybe do some trickery with that. So this is going to fill up, but these pipes, I'm going to turn this on. I want to see what happens. So let's, what? Oh. I was like, why are we running pipe way over there still? See, this is not good. This looks a bit like a loop to me, but these pumps don't let anything flow back through them, so I guess it's not really that bad of a loop. Okay, so let's underground this. I probably will find a more elegant way to do these pipes in the future, but for now I just want to test it. I'm actually not going to hook that up quite yet because I want to, if we're going to hit, especially, I know I'm not making any sense, but I'm trying to think, and I think my brain is having a disconnect here. So if we're going to hit a pipe throughput limit, it's probably going to be on the oil because we need 100 of each. However, the water is coming from way up there. As you can see, we're very quickly losing oil in our pipe to the point where this may not work. on second thought. Hell yeah. See, now these aren't even backed up yet. So, I mean, if we were going to hit a throughput limit, I'm pretty sure we'd hit it now. Because I don't think it would have even made it down here in the first place. Oh, yes, please. 16.5K petroleum a minute, and that is without any cracking. Of course, now it's backed up, so it stopped, but damn. So if we do some really quick math here, I think I need to end this episode. 25 minutes, yep. And I need to go to bed, but just some very quick math. Essentially most, let's just hypothetically, okay, well, let's say that all the petroleum from the refineries goes to plastic, and then the cracking goes to the sulfuric acid. Obviously, it's not going to work out quite like that, but just for, you know, interest, I guess. 16,500 a minute, which breaks down to about something, if I can work a calculator. I'm going to take 16,500 and I'm going to divide it by 60 to get a per second rate. About 275 petroleum a second. We take that and divide it by 20. That's about 13 plastic cycles, I guess you could say, or 13 plastic crafts per second. And keep in mind that each one gives 2. Now you do have to also consider that they're in chemical plants, which work faster, which means it's actually going to be a little more than a second rate. So let's round down and say like 10 plastic crafts a second. It may be even less than that, but 10 plastic crafts a second. Each one gives 2. That's 20 plastic a second, which should definitely be enough to supply. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm losing it. I thought these robots were biters. It's time for me to go to bed. Anyway, the thing is, we need a lot of plastic, and we're gonna get a lot of plastic. I literally just jumped in my chair when I saw that. Yeah, that's like 1,200 plastic a minute. That should definitely be good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Next episode, or off camera, I will finish this, and if I do it off camera, I'll explain. But essentially, it's really straightforward. I'm just going to set up 21 light, 2 petroleum crackers, 3 heavy to light, and then maybe next episode we'll do a loop build or something, and I'll get some plastic things going. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear any thoughts you have down in the comments. If I mess anything up, please let me know. You guys catch a ton of stuff that I don't, and point it out, which is really helpful. I really appreciate your feedback. But yeah, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like, and until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.